Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today you'll see somewhere different. I'm at the Printer Dome where Creality K1 Max and Bambu Labs P1P will fight it off to see who prints the best overhangs and tolerances. I've got two different files using both generic PLA supplied from Sunlu and then using their own PLA. So I'm using Creality's Hyper PLA, and I'm using Bambu Labs PLA CF, so they're carbon fiber PLA. They're fighting for this coveted trophy, the World Print Speed Championship belt. Okay, so let's see who wins. So I've had a bit of fun today, guys. So let me know if you like this sort of style or you just prefer the standard stuff, because it does take a little bit of time to put it all together. Thought I'd just have some fun and see if everyone likes it. Just let me know in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. Okay, so the first test will be this toaster, this tolerance toaster. As you can see, it's got different angled lines on it to allow to see how they print. It's got these little holes up here to see how it prints holes. All these little loops on top of the toast. Now that, when you push this lever down, those toasts pop up. These little gears here, another little test of tolerance. Gears on this side, and it's got these little pegs here which have different clearances as a 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1. So, and have a look underneath, you'll see that's what we're printing. So this little lever joins here, and then this whole lot lifts up out of the top of the toaster. Okay, so let's see how it prints, shall we?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Printer Dome for the tolerance section of the World Print Speed Championship. The fighters are in the ring and they are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing in the red corner, the challenger from the well-known maker Creality, weighing in at 39.7 pounds, it's the K1 Max! And in the white corner, weighing in at 21.3 pounds, the reigning high-speed champion of the world, from Bambu Labs, it's the one, it's the only, P1P!
Hello, Johnny Whiskers ringside. Just the P1P is finished. It was sliced in Orca slicer using the default settings, 0.12 millimeter layer height, and it was sliced using the PLA, standard PLA from Sunlu, I believe. Okay, let's go to the videotape and review how it went. Pull this straight off the printer. It did not go very well. Okay, for a start, the angles mucked up, and we had a bit of a problem over here. Now what the problem is, and the whole reason it didn't work, it's had two layer shifts. So there's one there and one there. So I'm not sure why it's had the layer shift. I just basically set the printer to go and left it overnight to print. So not good. They're going to be welded in place because of the layer shift, so it's not a really fair test. Now the 0.4, 0.5 and 0.3 have all just come off by themselves, so the 0.5 and 0.4 have separated, the 0.3 is still attached. I wonder if that can break. Oh yeah, that would have easily been able to work that off. Let's have a look. Oh, they're not coming off. So the 0.2 and the 0.1 didn't work. The gears work okay. Gears work okay on both sides. Can't test anything else because it's layer shifted. And that's why these angled tested wouldn't have worked, because it's layer shifted right on the top and it's made them fall off and then start to string a bit. Now from the bottom, it looks really nice. Okay, so I'm gathering we might have had a good print if it hadn't layer shift. But I've used the Sunlu filament, which is the standard PLA I use because it's cheap and it's really good. Johnny Whiskers back again. So that was a very interesting development from the reigning champion. P1P has had a bit of a hiccup in the preliminary round. So let's have a look how K1 Max has come out of the first round. Down here. Okay, so this is it. So okay, so the did have a layer shift, as you can see, layer shift, and the top printed. I don't know what the hell happened at the top there, but it didn't print very nicely there. It finished all the angles okay. The both the cogs work fine. It's missing the 0.3, or 0.5, sorry. 0.4 moves, 0.3 moves, no, 0.2's not moving. So we only get 0.3 on that. Why did that? That must be the layer shifts cause that to do that. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so they move, sort of. That one doesn't move very well. I'm gathering it might be the layer shift doing that. That one moves okay. Yeah, it's all funny at the bottom here too. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But this one's sort of not moving as much as it should be. But this one is sort of okay. Yeah, that comes out all the way. But oh, that's why. Look, you can see the layer shift in there. Oh bugger. Oh well. So we'll have a look at the K1. This is the P1P. This is the K1 on this side. So the layer shift is in a different spot. So it's not the file. I thought it might have been the file. Okay, so the K1's layer shifted twice. This is layer shifted one on the so the P1P layer shifted twice and the K1's layer shifted once. The top on the P1P is a lot better than the top on the K1. The K1's done something with the filament. It's almost like it's overheated it. I don't know what's going on there. I love the smoothness that you get on the bottom of the K1. It's just, oh, it's not, you don't quite get it with the P1P. It's so smooth on the K1, it's ridiculous. So I guess you'd have to say that the K1 has won this one because it's a more functional print. And that. So the K1 Max has made a amazing start to the first round. Let's go over to Billy O'Hare to see his final thoughts on the first round. Billy O'Hare here, and what an amazing set of events that have happened on the first round with the challenger Creality with the K1 Max seeming to win the points on this first round of this very intense match. A little bit of a hiccup from the P1P, but it looks like he's sitting pretty for the second round with just a minor little setback there. Back to you, Johnny Whiskers. Thank you very much, Billy. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any more of this exciting challenge. And don't forget, next week we have the filament section where we'll run these two through their paces on different sorts of filament in this World Print Speed Championship. Let's go to the videotape. So this is the first one that I did in the PLA CF on the P1P, and it had another layer shift. I'm not sure why it keeps layer shifting, but it has. So big failure there. So I subbed it again, thinking there was something, and it had an even worse layer shift. Again, lots of string, lots of layer shift, but the print on the bottom is superb, like it has been all along, and the cogs work really well, but didn't get any further. I wasn't going to let it keep printing because it's just a waste of filament. Fail. I then decided to, while that was happening, I printed one on the Anycubic Viper. It's exactly the same file. It was sliced in Cura. So let's have a look. The cogs work. I did have a bit of, it completed all the angles, but it was a bit stringy, as you can probably see a little bit of stringiness there. Well, it's not too bad. I could clean up with a knife, I guess. Let's have a look at the bread. Let's have a look. I pop it out. The pumps part. Ah, there you go. Need a little push. It would be all the that little bit of stringing that was in there. So the toaster goes up and down. What do we get to? Let's have a look. Can I move the 5? Oh, I thought that would have moved. Nah, so none of the tolerances on there work. But no, so mind you, I haven't really tuned in the Viper because it's just used for the odd prints that I do nowadays. But it was printed slow. So I make a bet that these other printers that that were trying them on the K1 and the P1P will both print fine if it was slow. So this is the K1 one. Had a bit of a problem here on this side. That just didn't work at all. So, see. Nah, so just the 0.2 worked. The others didn't print out. Had a problem there, of course. Didn't layer shift at all this time on the K1. Oh, geez, that's nice. That's a nice smooth movement. So that works really well. The cogs work well. The print is very nice. Apart from that little problem there. Oh, it didn't have a... Well, there's hardly any stringing. All the angles came out nicely. Tiny bit of stringing, not too much, but all the angles came out nicely. All the everything's come out really nice on this print, and the bottom is just so smooth, like a baby's bottom. But yeah, so by far, the K1 is a long way in front with a speed printing with its own filament. So yeah, wow, that's a surprise. Anyway, so what I've done, let's get back into it. So what do I do? K1, Bambu Labs P1P, twice, both layer shifted, and that's the original K1 in the normal filament. It sort of did an okay job, if you remember. It's crappy up the top there, and I couldn't get it to work because it failed inside. Remember, it failed inside, and it had a bit of a layer shift. It's on the normal PLA. And this one was the Bambu Labs P1P, 2 layer shifts. I left that one to go. And then we've got the Viper that didn't turn out too bad at all. So that's the bed slinger one. How smooth it is. I can't even see any layer lines at all. It's printed at 0.12. They were all printed at 0.12, every single one of them, even on the Viper. But I can't see any layer lines at all. I'm not sure if any of you guys can. I'll turn the light down a little bit. Let's turn up a tiny bit more. I cannot visibly see. This is the smoothest print I've ever seen coming out of any of my printers. I can't see any layer lines at all on this print. So it's just amazing. So, can Creality hang on to the lead in this final round of the tolerance testing, or will Bambu Labs make a stunning comeback? Watch and see. But before you do, subscribe and like. Thank you. Okay, so this is the second one we're going to print. All these files, I've got descriptions down below if you want to get them and have a go yourself. As you can see, it's got the angles. It's also got here these little overhangs. You've got a, as it says there, support. These are lengths, so you can measure them. I've measured all the ones that we printed, and they're all fairly close. They're about 0.02 or 0.01 out, so they're pretty close. As you can see, the circles here also the same. They're very close, not exact, but they're close on both printers. And we got lengths and stuff here, so you can see curves, overhangs, and the different lengths, so that you can test how far it goes before it stuffs up. So they're the two tests. So let's see how they both go, eh? Okay, so we'll have a look at the P1P one first, if you can see it. The print turned out reasonably good. All the tests and the bridging tests there turned out really good. It's just got a little bit of an overhang on the first longer one, but not too much. You see down there? Can you see down there? It's just got a little bit of filament just on the side here. But apart from that, all the rest is really good. On the overhang, can you see it there? So it printed without visible layer lines or visible stuff, up to about the 60 angle on the long one, and then you've got a lot of a bit of stringing, easy enough to clean up. On the small one, it did fine all the way up. There's a tiny little bit up the top there, so but not much. But the print is readable on this. Beautiful filament too, by the way. So carbon fibre, I think it's the mauve or red or whatever they call it, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's have a look at the K1 Max. Now the K1 Max, I can barely see any print because it didn't print the letters very well at all. So the lettering is not good. All the rest is pretty good. The bridging is better. I don't know if you can see down there in the bridging. Okay, so the bridging is better. There's no stringing or overhangs or loose filament or anything that I can see. And on the, when you go to the overhang, there's this tiny little bit just sitting here, but that's it. That little bit there, it's a tiny little bit hanging off there. I guess I could probably just scrape it off. Yeah, it's a little blob. It's like it's left a little bit when it's done a layer shift, but there's none of the crap up the top here. It's all nice and smooth all the way through on both sides. Okay, so the indented print I can read. The embossed print, it just didn't print it. So I'm not sure about that. You might be able to change settings or something to do it, but I don't know. Because some of it, the embossing here worked, where it's got support, so that's the support test. But let me just break off, so you can see a bit clearer. I'll break off the one for the red one too. This is the difference between the two. See, the white one's fairly smooth. The red one. So the K1 Max definitely did better with the overhangs, but the P1P did a lot better with the lettering on it, because it just didn't print it. You've got tiny little specks of filament there that I can just scrape off. So if you have a look at the difference, you can actually read it on here, but you can't read it on this one, my K1 Max. I'm not sure if that's filament, because it prints the big stuff okay. So if you want text to print, P1P is a better one to do it. If you want better overhangs, K1 is better one to do it. And if you're going to do anything intricate, the K1 craps all over the P1P for doing intricate stuff. So especially with its own filament. Well, a good, strong, solid performance on the P1P, but isn't enough. Isn't enough. The judges are currently telling the points. It should be here soon. Oh my God! Oh my God! K1K has taken the title. Taken the title. Oh, who would have believed it? Who would have believed it, ladies and gentlemen? K1K has done what nobody thought they would do. Oh my God! Oh! I wonder if will they be able to repeat it in the filament round next week? We shall see. Can the K1K hold on to its lead and win in the filament section? Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay guys, thanks for watching. You see the little graphic I've got up here with the rundowns on the times of each test. I will note that the K1 one that actually was the really good one with their hyper was an hour quicker than the Bambu ones. That didn't work properly. So I found that amazing that it could do it an hour quicker. I would have thought that these tests, I'm gathering, if I'd slowed it down for all of them and not used the default settings, they would have all worked fine, I reckon. I think it's just the speed that craps some of them up with the layer shifts and stuff. So it's interesting to see that my little Anycubic Viper doubled at the time at 15 hours as opposed to about 8 hours for the K1 to finish. So interesting results. Like I said, or like Johnny Whiskers said, join me next week when I go through the filament. I have printed off the tests. I've already had a look at them, so it's interesting to see. They're pretty close. I printed ASA, ABS, PETG and TPU, doing the little the overhang one with a curved, the one we did at the end there. So I've used that to do the different prints in the different filaments. Some came out good, some came out but none of them failed big time, so that's good. At least we get some stuff out there. Please let me know down below if you want me to continue this silliness. I mean, I don't mind doing it. I had a bit of fun doing it. But if you prefer me just to be serious and stuff, I'm happy to do that too. So give me some idea of what you guys like and would prefer. I'll put some bloopers in at the end here too. Because I stuffed a few things up here and there. Not many. Not many that I remember to save anyway. So I hope you enjoyed today's one. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next week. Well, that's the third round finish, and the P1P did put in a damn good performance. The judges are now telling the points, and it should be. Oh my God! The K1 Max has won on points. Oh my God! What a amazing! My beard fell off. Ah! Well, I got strong. Ow! Ow! Oh, it's stuck. Ah! So on to the final round with Creality in the lead. Can Bambu Labs make a comeback in this next filament? Ah, not filament. Yes, next week. Can Creality hang on to the lead in the final round of this?